Hi, I'm Nina from Podcast Lineup, and if you have recently been on a podcast as a guest, here's how you can measure the ROI. First is tracking the website traffic. What you can do is you can ask the host to include a specific URL in the show notes. Then, when you check your website, you can clearly see who came through that URL to your website. Definitely linking the visitors back to listeners from the podcast show. Another point is to check your social media engagement. Before you go on the podcast, try to list down how many followers you had, how many interactions you have on average on your posts, and then after the show, try to compare your notes, try to compare the numbers, and try to see if that has increased. The third way is to measure your brand awareness. So you could be doing some polls before and after the podcast, and then compare how much brand recognition you have. Another tangible point are the numbers of inquiries you receive. If you experience an increased number of inquiries after the podcast, it's quite likely that they have come from your appearance on the show. And last but not least, number 5 is to calculate your revenue. If you make on average with your services X amount and after a podcast show you see that revenue has increased, it's most likely because of your appearance. If you need help finding out whether the ROI of being on a podcast as a guest was worth the effort and the nerves, get in touch with me. Drop me a DM or reach out to me on nina@podcastlineup.com.